Okay, I'm going to work on the straps first. Oops, there they went. Don't mind the mess. I lost a ruler today, and I was looking for it. Okay, I've already drawn my line down the center. So I'm going to put the double-sided tape right down the center. Best you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, this tape must be old. Time for some new tape. And let me do this one. And this is just vinyl. I don't remember where I got it from. What I do is I peel off the paper and then I just fold them both into the center, but not all the way. You want to leave some room. Okay, there we go. Oh great, this tape is not cooperating. I'm gonna grab me some clips. Yep, definitely time for some new tape, but I don't have time for that, so we're just gonna clip it in place with these. Normally, if your tape works, it'll stick right there. I don't know why it's not working. Could just be it's old, could be a bad batch. I don't know. It could be thin. Yeah, it doesn't feel very sticky. That's probably what it is. But anyways, you get the idea. And then I'm going to fold this side in and then fold it in half again. I got my straps all connected. I had to do a lot of clips because the tape wasn't working. So I'm just going to go down one side and up the other. And then I'll trim the straps. I have them on nylon, polyester bonded thread black, 4 ounces, 30 weight, Tech 35. I have 116 vinyl needle. It's a titanium heavy duty and a non-stick foot. And I have my stitch length at a 3.5. And I may move to a 4. We'll see. And I always back stitch even though you don't have to. And I'm just going right along the edge. Now that's a good length for this. Alright, let's put this up here. And these clips are just hair clips you get at, you know, for your hair. Except for the rainbow ones, I got these from More Me Know. You can also get them on eBay. I like them with vinyl instead of the clips because they don't leave marks in them. They probably would if you left them in there a long time, but it doesn't leave marks. Alright, I'm going to go across the bottom. Oops, not too far. Alright, now I'm just going to go right back down the other side. Same thing, 1/8 of an inch. there's 4 layers of vinyl here, so I didn't use any interfacing in the strap. Now I still have, there's my strap. I still have to do the same thing to the other one, which I won't film. I have 2 pieces of vinyl for the bottom and 2 pieces of leopard. This is quilting cotton. I put SF101 on the back. And I'm just going to sew these 2 together, right sides together. Line it up. It should match. And then I'm going to clip it so it doesn't move with a couple of these clips. I'm going to turn my stitch length to a 3. And I'm just going to go right at a, let's go 1/2 inch. And back stitch. Make sure you keep everything lined up. Now I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Alright, line this up, 1/2 inch, back stitch, and go. Alright, now we're going to fold this. Here's your top, here's your bottom. We're going to fold the vinyl and the seam so that they're both, you want your vinyl going down here so you can stitch on that. Started, I'm going to turn my stitch length up to a 4.5, and we're going to do it at 1/8 of an inch, 1 back stitch, and then you're just going to make sure it's to the back and that everything's taut, but not, you know, so that it's going to be too tight where you're going to rip it. But you can feel along here if it's right or not. Yep, it is. And there's that panel. Now I'm going to do the same for this one. Alright, and there's the second one. Now I'm going to take this over to the other, but this seems kind of flimsy to me, so I am going to add another layer, probably of 525 light, whichever one's the light interfacing, I'm going to put on here too. I ironed my 525 on here. I cut out 2-inch square bottoms. I'm going to use waterproof canvas for the lining. For on the lining, I'm going to be adding a snap to get the center. Alright. Now we'll go down 2 inches. And right on that center, I'm going to put a dot. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. So I've got my marks on my handle. I'm putting this in. Putting my little hole punch in there. And I'm just going to line this up I bring it down first and make sure it's on the thing, the hole, and then press. And then I'm going to go up, press. And then the last one, and press. I marked my handles here. Now make sure that they're going the right direction before you put them on there. Now I'm going to line it right up in my little box, and this time I actually am going to take clips. I'm going to put a clip there, one over here, same for the other side, to hold that in place. And you're going to have to make sure that it's not twisted, and you want that on the inside of that line. And you can even use your ruler, if you can find it, to make sure they're lined up. And they are now. Clip that. And clip it there. Now what I do, you can punch it all together if you want, but sometimes they move. I go through, put a hole through the holes to line up with those. And I take that back off. And you can see the holes. And you're going to do the same thing. Handles. But you're going to line it back up where your holes are. Well, this hole didn't go through. Line it back up. You're going to take your piece with the long to the back. I do all three of them. Try to. Sometimes they fall out. Put those in. Like, my hands aren't working. There's one. Put the other one in. Alright. Now you got them all in there. Now you're going to take and push your through there like that. You got them all three on. Then you're going to take the little tiny cap and put it on, and you can hear it click. There. All right, now let's just start. You can kind of feel it. Hold it in place and press. I mean, you don't want to be real hard, but you want to make sure it's on there. All right, and there's your rivet on there. So I'm going to start with the main. Clip it all together. And this time I am going to use clips because it's heavy, so you want to make sure it's all lined up. Now we're going to back stitch. Got my stitch length at 3. Make sure these are lined up when you get down there. I like to go back over it and off. You didn't really have to knock it off, but now we're going to go across the bottom. Now I'm going to go around this side. We're coming up to that vinyl. Back stitch. Keep everything lined up and just go. Now I'm going to box my corners. Just going to put your hand in there, line up the seams, clip, And we're going to do the same thing, 1/2 inch. Back stitch. I like to go back over that middle seam. And back stitch. You know, give it a little tug. If it looks like they're starting to come apart, then you can put another row of stitches in the seam allowance. So there's that. Now I'm going to do the lining. And I like to snap the snaps together so it stays lined up. So I'm going to start at the bottom, 1/2 inch. Take a couple back stitch. I like to go right off the edge. Turn. Line it up, 1/2 inch. A couple stitches, back stitch. I should have started at the other side, but oh well. So, I gotta go down this side because I didn't start at that side. Same thing, 1/2 inch. And if this is a little thick for your machine, you can use your walking foot. Oops, moved the whole machine. Now we're just going to go here. Back stitch, back stitch. Nice still back stitch. Okay, I've got everything pinned around. My handles are tucked down inside. I'm going to stitch all the way around. So now you're going to find your zipper pocket, which is here. And I like to pull everything out first. I stick my hand way in there and grab a hold of the bottom and pull it through to the top without ripping it. That's the key. This is called birthing the bag. Okay. Well, you get the idea. Now you're going to make sure everything is stitched correct and then check it all. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pull your lining down out of your pocket. And then you're going to straighten it up and you're going to stitch across the bottom. And I like to put a tag in there. And then I'm just going to stitch this down after I get that on there. There we go. A back stitch. Just close that through. Make sure you got that on there. Right to the end and back stitch. Trim your threads. Now you're going to shove your lining back into your pocket. Make sure you get your lining in there. Alright. Let's pull the pocket out. And tuck it in. and then stitch it together. Now, we're going to start at the corner, back stitch, go straight across, fix this that we messed up, get it in there, and sew along the edge. And you're going to want to trim your threads. Just going to want to shove your pocket back in. All this up. All the way around. You're going to want to iron it without touching your strap, so it's tricky. And then fix it all up. And then you're just going to top stitch all the way around. And I'm just going to put it on the outside and just go around best you can. And I'm going to start right over here. Just going to put my presser foot right on the edge. I'm not going to back stitch at this point because I want to have a clean front. So I will pull my stitches to the back and not off. Now I'm pulling back the handles out of the way for the top stitch. If you want, you can leave them up, stitch over it if your machine can handle it, and then you'll have a sturdy handle. But I should be all right. I have 3 rivets, so. And you're just going to want to go right around the side and keep it straight as you can. Make sure you avoid your magnetic snap when you get to them. And with not putting the interfacing clear to the top, you don't have as much bulk. Sometimes you get off a little bit when you're going around the handle. Your foot will push it off. And if you have a hard time doing it this way, you can turn the bag and stitch from the inside. There's nothing wrong with that. So. Never mind the noise in the background. That's my daughter and her friend. Typical here, noise. And there it is. It's all done. Got a magnetic snap, a zipper pocket. Thanks for watching.